Welcome, everybody. This is Rachel Bruns. I'm Deputy Director of America's Service Commissions. We're the National Association of the 52 State Service Commissions and their programs. We work to support the State Service Commission network and their programs to advance service as a strategy in each state. We are excited to have everyone with us today and the strong interest in our AmeriCorps Member Assistance Program. Just a couple quick housekeeping notes before we jump into today's webinar presentation. As noted before, for those of you that were on the call a little bit early, we do currently have all lines muted to help eliminate any background noise throughout the call today. With that, we encourage you to type any questions or comments in the chat box. I'll be monitoring that throughout the call today. You also can use the raise your hand icon located on your control panel if you would wish to speak over the audio line. By clicking that, you'll indicate to me that you have a question or a comment, and I can unmute your line and let you know when it's ready for you to speak. However, if you would like to do that, if you're joining us by phone, you'll need to make sure that you've connected your phone to the audio system by entering your unique audio PIN on your telephone keypad. You can find your unique audio PIN under the audio section on your control panel. Make sure that you've selected phone call and you'll see the audio PIN that you'll enter on your keypad. You'll press the pound key, enter the number, and pound again, and that should connect you to the system. In the event that you are having any kind of audio issues, just want to encourage you to switch your audio over to phone by using your microphone on your computer. That does use additional internet bandwidth. So if you notice that you're having lower quality audio or any connection issues, it's likely that you do not have a strong enough internet connection to support using your computer as your audio connection. So with that, we're going to go ahead and jump into today's presentation to talk about the ASC Member Assistance Program. Today, we're going to walk through information on how your program, or if you're a commission, how your programs can enroll in our 2019-2020 Member Assistance Program. We also have with us Daphne from All One Health, who is our provider of this service, who's going to talk about the services that are part of the two packages that we offer. So she'll go into more detail about what those different services are, and will be available to help me answer any questions that you may have regarding the services. Many of you are already familiar with our Member Assistance Program. This is actually going to be our third year offering this service to AmeriCorps programs throughout the country. But just a quick overview, the AmeriCorps Member Assistance Program, also referred to as MAP, is designed to support AmeriCorps programs and providing accessible and quality mental health services to their AmeriCorps members. In order to access this program, your AmeriCorps program must be an existing AmeriCorps state service partner with America's Service Commissions. And by doing that, your program is available to enroll for one or more audiences that can access the services. So either AmeriCorps members, or we also have an enrollment for staff of organizations hosting an AmeriCorps program. So we'll talk about those two separate enrollments and what that looks like. But just wanted to clarify, we get lots of questions. This is designed and originally targeted for AmeriCorps members to access the Member Assistance Program, but for those interested, you can also separately enroll your organization for your employees to also access these services. And I see, Vanessa, you're saying my audio is going in and out. If others can let me know if you're having audio issues with my audio, please let me know. Otherwise, again, if you're joining by audio and having some issues, let me know. Okay, I see that it's a common issue. Sorry about that. Let me switch here in just a second. So I want to make sure we don't have issues throughout the webinar, and we will get connected. All right, thanks everyone for your patience with me. I just wanted to make sure that you wouldn't have any issues hearing me moving forward. So if you do have any further issues hearing me throughout the call today, please let me know. So real quickly, we are going to just walk through a couple of high-level information about the program, and then we'll have Daphne go into more detail about some of the services, and then I will wrap up by talking about how your program can enroll. And we will be making the slides from this as well as a recording of this webinar available afterwards. We'll post it on our website on the Member Assistance Program webpage, and also send out an email message with that information to those that registered for the call. So if you do want to reference back to this, you will have access to these after the fact. So as mentioned before, if your AmeriCorps program is a member with America's Service Commissions, you then have access to enroll in the Member Assistance Program to offer these services to either your AmeriCorps members, or if you enroll separately for your organization's employees as well. The $250 is per individual program. So if your commission is paying for the program memberships for their programs, that is $250 per organization. So it would be each program or each organization that has a program would pay that $250. And then if you're a program and you're paying that for yourself, again, that's $250 per organization. If your organization happens to have more than one AmeriCorps program, you're just paying that $250 one time as an organization. So we have two different packages that you can opt into as a way to offer these services to your members. So we have what we call a basic package, and then we have what we call a premium package. There's really only one distinct difference between the two packages, but the basic package is 24/7 toll-free telephonic counseling services for your members, and that is unlimited telephonic counseling, so your members can call as often as they need to at any time of day. We also have a mobile application available where they can access resources and request appointments. There's also text and chat counseling and coaching available, video counseling and coaching, medical advocacy, life coaching, personal concierge, and work-life resources and referrals. So we'll go into more detail about what those mean momentarily. So that basic package is $5 per member in your program. So that is, when you enroll, you'll enter the number of AmeriCorps members that are approved in your 2019-2020 program year program. And that's the number that you basically, whether you're doing the basic package or the premium package, you enroll based on the number of members that are awarded to your grant. The basic package, and then the only difference then is the premium package is $10 per member, has the same services as in the basic, except that it also includes an additional 3 face-to-face counseling sessions in person for each of your members if they choose to utilize that. So that is that additional service that if you have members that need that in-person face-to-face counseling, they can access it if you participate in the premium package. So that is just real quick. We'll come back to that information at the end of the slide, but I'm going to have Daphne, who has joined us from All One Health, walk through a little bit more information specifically about the services, and it can help me answer any questions you may have about that. So I'm going to turn it over to Daphne to walk through her slides. Daphne?
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. And so for All One Health, we do provide your member with the assistance program. And so it is to address life experiences, challenges that everyone do experience. And with MAP, it provides them with a short-term counseling referral service to help address some of these challenges that people may experience. And so part of that, our goal for today is for you to understand the services that are available to you and also the members in which who will be using the service, and how that they can access that support, and then also learn how MAP could be a management resource or tool for you or the members that will engage in our services. Next slide. And so the MAP services is a free confidential service, 24/7, available all year round to each member and their household members. And so each member have that service for free. And also everyone who lives within their household do have access to that service as well. They can access us through the 1-800 number or online at allonehealth.com. So the 1-800 number is 451-1834. And if a member is in need of a particular service, they're able to contact that number and speak with a master's level clinician at all time for in-the-moment support or to kind of help them navigate some of the resources that they will need. Next slide. And so some of the issues or the reasons why folks would contact us would be emotional stress, marital, family conflict, alcohol issues or other addictive behaviors, grief, caregiving responsibility, legal, financial, and other personal issues. And so these are not just limited to personal concerns, but it may be a difficult member situation, performance related concern that a particular department head could also use the EAP to make the referral, the MAP, to use the MAP and make a referral for a particular member if they're having difficulties with performance or they're having difficulties handling particular issues. And so these concerns were able to help support with that. Next slide. And so how do you connect with us? One way, of course, is by phone. When you use that 1-800 number, you're guaranteed that someone will pick up the phone. It is 24/7, that you will have a master's level clinician and who would support that member. And so when that person calls, whether they would need in-the-moment counseling or they would need a referral, which we'll talk about the different type of referrals that they can actually obtain through our services, they can call and indicate the service that they would need, or they have ability to contact us by email, our mobile app, and our chat system, where on the mobile app, there's a chat feature in which they can actually contact a master's level clinician that way as well, to request general information assistance or to support with any other information or inquiries that they might have. Now, say that this particular member needs in-the-moment counseling, they won't receive the in-the-moment counseling in chat, but they will be, there's a feature where they are able to call a counselor right from that chat and then receive that in the moment rather than a counseling session via text messaging. And then counseling sessions are provided telephonically or video counseling, or of course in person. So if they contact us by phone and they would like in the moment counseling, they are going to speak with a master's level clinician or a licensed professional in the moment to receive that support. And they are able to call as many times as they need in order for them to get that particular support. Now, if they chatted with a counselor and they've decided they need in the moment support, then they have a push button that they are able to use so that they are connected with the counselor whom they were speaking with and able to receive that in the moment support. And we'll talk, and as Rachel had mentioned, should they need in-person, the in-person is offered in the premium package. And so in-person, what we do is we connect that member to a local counselor around their area. We have providers in many different states, countries even, and that particular member would be connected with that provider or that counselor, and we'll make sure that counselor accepts their health insurance for continued service. But with MAP, they are awarded 3 free sessions with that premium package with no additional cost. So say that they have a particular issues with a difficult employee concern or member concern, they can use those 3 free sessions and then that's it. But should they choose to go beyond those 3 free sessions, then that's when an insurance referral or connection would continue. If there's any questions with that, please feel free to ask, and I'm happy to elaborate a little bit more on that one. Next slide. So as we have mentioned, who is able to use MAP is, of course, members and eligible family members in that home. And so everyone that is currently active or in active service with you, and then their particular family member that lives within their household. If the person does not live within their household, we will not extend that service to them. However, we're able to provide support as we see fit. There is a question. Should I answer those right now? Rachel?
Daphne, yeah, you could answer the question if you would like. Go ahead. There's
Okay.
a question, about if counselors accept Medicaid for counseling sessions beyond the 3 free ones.
So we would look for counselors that accept a variety of different insurance premiums. And so if we found a counselor that does accept Medicaid, we would be able to connect that particular member to that counselor. So it is us finding these particular counselors who accepts them and then connecting the member to that. So we would look for it.
Yeah, so Daphne, I think just to add to that, if you have a member, if you enroll in the premium package as a program and your member uses the 3 in-person counseling sessions, if you know up front, if they know up front that they're going to want to go beyond that 3 and they need someone with Medicaid, we want them to tell that to All One Health up front so that they can identify that counselor up front, if that makes sense.
Correct.
Is that right, Daphne? Okay.
Yeah, that is right. Typically how the intake process would go, the member would call. We would, of course, seek to know what region they are from, to know whether or not they have a basic or premium package. And if they do have a basic package, they get in the moment support only. Now, if they have the premium and they say, I would like to be connected with a counselor around me, we get their zip code so that we're connecting them closer to a counselor that is within their area. And then we would get their insurance information so that they are able to continue care after those 3 sessions, should they choose to go beyond those 3 sessions. So we're already connecting the person with a provider who takes their insurance, should they choose to go beyond those care, so that they wouldn't need to call us and do another referral and all of that. The second question, can counselors request an extension of MAP benefit if they feel a member would benefit for more? Yes. Counselors are able to contact us to receive additional authorizations. And those are in special cases where whoever the account manager for MAP would be would extend those sessions. If it's one of these cases where 1 additional or 2 additional sessions would help to close that particular case. So it's a case-by-case decision. Next slide. And then to communicate the service, it is a service that is confidential 100%, where when member contact us that the particular organizations or service or region area does not know who is calling, Now, however, if this was a formal referral, we would need that particular member's consent to release any information. And the kind of information that is released is an agreement that this particular member have contacted and they are compliant. And the other piece in which we break confidentiality is if the member reports any threat to themselves or others, or have any other emergency in regards to child or elder abuse, then we would contact either the head or the direct report to communicate any threats or any safety needs, or we would actually create space where we would communicate to that particular member if they need to go to ER, or we would call the police in a way where to do a wellness check or a safety check. And so those are the only circumstances in which we break confidentiality. Apart from that, no one knows when a member call or who call, and nor do we provide that information. Next slide. What are the support benefits? So some of the benefits that we provide, of course, is, of course, counseling, but work-life support as well. Yes, it is confidential, available 24/7, free to all members, accessible by phone or mobile app. Next slide. And additional to counseling, we're providing other services that people are needing. For online services or resources, we do have self-help tools that is available online. We do provide information via links that members will have access to. In addition to self-search, we provide resources where a member could call us and say, hey, I need resources for a pet sitter, attorney, or financial advisor, a legal advisor, volunteer opportunities, medical, and we're able to provide them with those referrals, which we'll talk a little bit more in detail. What does a legal and financial benefit look like? What does a medical benefit look like? They have access to articles, tip sheets online, and financial and daily living calendars, and we're able to provide these information in Spanish as well, or if they have any particular language capacity that they are looking for, we're able to kind of work with them on that and to provide some of those. Next slide. And so all of this, the Savings Center is another benefit that members have access to, and how they can manage their money and how they can enjoy some savings and things like that. And so they are able to take a look at our website and click on the Savings Center, and that would help them to manage some of those, and they are able to even call us and we're able to guide them through that. Next slide. The work-life resources is the benefit in which if someone needs services in regards to child care, elder care, we're able to provide some of those referrals. If they are looking for activities for their children, no matter what it is, I'd like to say to people, we're almost like another Yellow Pages. And so if that is a service that is needed, especially in light of the extended services where personal concierge is offered to all members, we're able to take care of some of those needs. If somebody wants to run errands, we're able to manage some of those for them. They would call us and let us know what it is that they need, and we're able to manage that for them as well. Next slide. Elder care, as I've mentioned a little bit, it's making the referrals to local care providers. That would be including housing options, daycare and home care or respite care. Also referrals to caregiver support groups if that particular member is having difficulty managing some of those demands, and meeting people around their surrounding area to kind of process. We're able to look for some of those. And then there are other resources in which we provide when it comes to retirement, if there are any health concerns, or if there are issues in which they would like some tips on how to manage these demands, and we're able to provide some of that to our members. Next slide. And just to add, based on all that I have had added additionally, is that if there are certain things where you would like us to support apart from the things that we have said, that's where the personal assistant will come in. The personal assistant would, for example, we've had a situation where someone wanted to know how much does a particular they've given us the square footage of their home, and they wanted to know how much it would cost them to actually finish their flooring. And so the personal assistant would actually do some of those research and provide different idea about flooring or issues or how much it would cost, and do that work and support our members that way. So essentially doing some of those legwork for the people that is contacting us. Next slide. Legal and financial support. What this is, it's a free 30-minute consultation, not per year, per issue. And so someone could call today for marital issues or divorce or any kind of legal concern. And tomorrow they may call for a different issue, and they will still have the 30-minute free consultation to speak with a particular attorney. And same goes for the financial. 30-minute consultation to speak with a financial specialist on budgeting, credit, financial planning, or anything in that area. It is per issue, so they can call about budget this time, and then they call tomorrow about retirement. So it does not expire on a monthly or on a yearly basis. And then concerning after that 30-minute session, what would typically happen, some of these lawyers are able to offer a 25% discount should that particular member decide they would want to hire that particular lawyer or financial advisor for continued services. Oh, Rachel, you just answered that question. Okay. Next slide. For medical advocacy, we now offering this service because we understand how the healthcare system can be difficult to navigate, and sometimes needing a second opinion or needing help with advocating for some of those care, that's where we'll come in. The medical advocate would help with insurance navigation, doctor referral, medical appointments, a second opinion, care transition, strategies to help with advocacy, research to help knowing the difference between, say, if there is going to be a transition between a nursing home to another, what are some things to take into consideration, just to kind of help navigate some of these difficulties and help members dance along those lines, since the healthcare system could be so complex, and we're able to provide some of that. Do we have any specific question as to how the medical advocacy would help a member? Apart from what's on the slide. Okay, next slide. Oh, this is you, Rachel.
Great. Thanks, Stephanie. So Stephanie just walked through kind of some of the specifics of the services. So I'm just going to kind of recap kind of how your program can access these services for your AmeriCorps members, or if you choose to enroll separately for your organization's employees. and we will have time to answer any questions that you may have. So again, we have two packages, two options basically that your organization can select from. One is the basic package, which includes the telephonic counseling and the other services mentioned. And then the premium package allows you to add on the 3 face-to-face counseling sessions for your members. If you decide that your organization wants to enroll in the Member Assistance Program for the 2019-2020 AmeriCorps program year, you need to go to our website and just one second, I'll kind of help get rid of some of that background noise. I see some people are having some issues hearing. Okay, so you need to go to our website at thestatecommissions.org. It's our map page specifically, and I'll show that to you here momentarily. And there are different enrollment links based on kind of who you are and who's paying for the service. So I'll walk through that momentarily, but you'll go to the website, and we have 3 different enrollment deadlines. So we have accommodated this request from programs that have requested, for those of you that have earlier program start dates, you can start the service as early as July 1 of 2019 or August 1, and then our final enrollment start date is September 1. So you all would need to enroll no later than August 22nd in order to have the program start for you and your members on September 1. So again, I'll come back to this momentarily. I'm just going to pull up the website so that I can show you the different enrollment links here. But when you are on our website, you can go to the link directly, or you can also, if you're on our homepage at statecommissions.org and go to AmeriCorps Member Assistance Program, you'll see information about both packages. And then you'll see on our website that we have information about enrollment, the different enrollment dates, and there's 3 separate enrollment forms. So the first link is if you are an individual program that you want your AmeriCorps members to access the program, and you're paying for the program yourself as a program, you would complete this form. If you're an AmeriCorps program and you want your employees to access the program, you would complete this form. So if you are doing both, wanting your members and your employees to access the services, you would need to fill out both forms. If you are a state service commission and you are planning to pay for all or a portion of the service for your program, the commission would fill out this form. As a program, you should check in with your commission on the status of whether they're planning to pay for all or a portion of this program. If they are not, and you want to participate, you'll need to complete the first link. I know this can seem a little bit overly complicated, but again, we're trying to make this service available to everyone in a way that as many programs can participate as possible. So again, the enrollment links you need are on our website, and you need to make sure that you enroll no later than August 22nd for the September 1 start date of the program, but you can enroll sooner if you want your members to have access by either July 1 or August 1, and you would need to enroll by those specific deadlines. We also have on the website a number of frequently asked questions. So these are questions that we have compiled over the last 2 years that have come up, and this is updated for this coming program year. I encourage you to review these questions before you send us any questions, because it's likely that it's already been answered, but there's questions specifically just about enrollment, how do you pay, who pays for it, those types of questions. A common question that we see that is a point of confusion sometimes for some organizations is that you're enrolling your program, not your members, right? So you're not telling us the names of your AmeriCorps members at all in this process. You are just enrolling your program and telling us the number of members that are awarded in your grant for the 2019-2020 program year. And then you will be covered for that number of members for the program year. So you never tell us names of members, you're just enrolling your program. By doing that, then when your member calls the toll-free number or reaches out for services, they need to identify themselves with your organization or your program. So that is how there is that connection there. They need to be able to identify, I'm an AmeriCorps member with ABC AmeriCorps, and that's how they're making sure that they're getting services. So I encourage you to review this information, and if you have other questions, and I've already jotted down some that have come in today that I'll add to this, but we'll continue to update these FAQs with any questions that we receive. I see that there are some additional questions that have come in the chat, and we'll make sure that we get those addressed as well. So I see that there have been a few questions that have come in and have been answered. Melinda, yes, we will make the PowerPoint and recording available. It will be on the website here. Actually, we'll host it on this website for everyone to access that wasn't able to join us today. There was a question about video counseling. I think, Daphne, you said that video counseling support is in the moment and needs to be requested to take advantage of video counseling. Is the service available to NCCC members? So Kevin, the short answer to that is no, because NCCC would need to enroll in this to make this available to their members, and I don't foresee CNCS enrolling them since they're kind of directly managed by CNCS. That is to say that if CNCS wanted to enroll, they would be eligible to. So if you want to have further conversation about that, feel free to reach out to me. We originally designed this program for AmeriCorps state programs, but we are happy to make this available and accessible to other streams of AmeriCorps. And so we have, enabled AmeriCorps national programs to access this as well as AmeriCorps Vista. We're happy to extend this to NCCC, but at this point in time, I'm not aware of CNCS expressing interest in doing that. So feel free to reach out if you want to discuss further on that. The other question is, if you register AmeriCorps staff, they can access the same MAP resources as members for the same price. That is correct, Hannah. You just need to fill out the separate form. The enrollment form is separate. Nicole, you have an August 14th start date, but most of our members start in early September. Would it be appropriate to choose a September 1 start date? Yes, I think you could do either the August 1 or September 1 start date, whichever is best for you is fine. Maggie, I am not familiar with the Vista telehealth benefits, so I'm not able to compare. Again, we designed this program for AmeriCorps state members, but we do allow AmeriCorps Vista programs to enroll in this and make this available to Vista members. I'm not familiar with the Vista telehealth benefit. Ted, can a program elect to cover a portion of their awarded slots? No, we say that everyone should be enrolling for their entire program. Oh, sorry. So Ted, you're saying if can a commission cover a portion of their program? So we encourage commissions, if you are covering this, that you, what we've seen some commissions do is have their programs opt into them, and then you can cover those that opt in accordingly. And yes, you can charge this to your CSG grant. We have some information in the FAQs about where you might want to charge this in either your commission grants, or if you're a program, how you would charge this appropriately in your AmeriCorps grant. So how you, as a commission, would cover the cost of this for your programs. We have seen some commissions decide that they will just pay for the flat membership fee for their programs. That could be charged either to your KIF or CSG grant. Some commissions choose to cover all the expenses, whether that is both the membership fee and the per member cost. And some commissions have decided that they are going to do the MAP fee, but the programs have to pay the membership fee. So again, it varies, and we can work with states on what approach they need to pursue based on their resources available.
Oh,
Nicole, will there be, oh, sorry, Daphne, go ahead.
To add a point on the video counseling, we have the video counseling and coaching that also offers this life coaching component, where should a member decide that they wouldn't want to do counseling that really handles more of the mental psychosocial, where they would want a life coach for specific goals, they're able to access video counseling for life coaching resources as well. So that I just wanted to add that.
Thanks, Daphne. And Ted, to your specific question, we ask that programs cover their entire portfolio. We think that is important. So we don't recommend just electing to cover, a portion. And Vanessa, yes, the cost is $250. The membership fee is $250 per organization. So even if you host more than one AmeriCorps program, it is just a flat $250 membership fee. Mm-hmm. And then from there, whatever the per member cost is for the member assistance program. And Jane, this is an annual fee. It is not per month. So you pay the $250 membership fee, and then whether you select the basic package or membership package, that's a basically flat fee for the year, for the program year. So if you decided to do the $5 per member, say you have 50 members, or say you have 10 members, you basically are paying $300 for the program year based on your start date, as an example. Nicole, will there be a training resource available for sponsors to share with their AmeriCorps team as a training? Yes. So, Nicole, what we have done the last 2 years and what we plan to continue doing is in the early fall, we will host a couple of calls specifically for members, for AmeriCorps members, that they can listen in, and similarly have someone from All One Health kind of explain the services. We'll make that available via recording if people can't join live, but we'll also make slides available. So if you, as a program director, want to walk through the information, you can do that as well.
The video counseling, Hannah, is accessed through the app. I need to actually check to see if people are able to do that through their website, but I know through the app they're able to access that. Support. Can I get back to you on the hours as well? I know for the telephonic support, it is 24/7. Our particular counselors, not sure if they will give an operation more than that. So that's something we may need to double check on, whether or not they will have our hours of operation. That's a good question.
Great, thanks, Daphne. I'll circle back with folks on that answer when you have it.
Thank you.
And Tanisha, your question about enrollment dates. So yes, you can, complete the enrollment form now, even if even if you're not going to start until September 1. So those are just kind of the absolutely, you have to complete the form by that deadline in order to enroll. If you say complete the enrollment form today and you select a September 1 start date, just acknowledge that you're not going to hear from us with kind of next steps, instructions, information until that September start date. And Tony, what's the cost per organization to cover members? So that depends on the number of members that you are awarded in your grant. So it's the $250 for the membership fee plus the cost per member depending on the package that you select. So if it's the $5 times the number of members or the $10 times the number of members, in addition to that $250 fee per year. And Tony, if the organization has multiple program sites, can they all be covered under the one fee paid? Yes. Jennifer, the cost for enrolling staff is the same cost as enrolling AmeriCorps members. It's just a separate enrollment form. And it looks like we've answered the questions about video counseling. Kelly, is MAP open to all VISTA sponsors or just those that get AmeriCorps State and National from their commission? You can, we are open to any VISTA program enrolling in the program. You do not have to be a VISTA program with a grant from your commission. Okay. I know we went through a lot of questions that were in the chat box. I want to give a chance for others to ask any other questions or provide any other comments. I will just also note that once you enroll in the program, we have those specific deadlines so that we can get you set up in the system with All One Health and make sure that when your members start, whether they're starting in July, August, or September, that they can access the services as quickly as possible. So those deadlines are important. So once you enroll, we will then follow up with you to provide you with further information on how to promote the program to your members. And that's really important step, is that you at the program level are responsible for distributing information to your members on how to access the services. So just know that once you enroll soon after and by that start date that you've selected, you'll receive further information from us on how to distribute the information to your members, as well as information about some of those training opportunities that we'll also make available. And Sonia, all the information is on our website. So you can see that webpage on the screen here, but if you go to statecommissions.org and you'll find under initiatives the AmeriCorps Member Assistance Program tab. Ted, in terms of utilization of the program, we are able to access information on utilization at our level. So if you are interested in, like, if you're, say, a specific program or, say, all the programs in a specific state, we can pull that information for you and let you know kind of what utilization has looked like. We also, so we make those reports available by request. So a number of programs that are currently enrolled, regularly reach out to me and we can share and they can see, oh, it looks like we've had 20 members call in the last 6 months or whatever the time period may be. So we can make those reports available on a system-wide basis. We are also able to kind of see what that looks like across the country. In terms of if there's a breach of confidentiality, I guess I'm not sure what you're asking for there, but from my understanding, we don't know. There's no breach of confidentiality, I guess. So All One Health never provides us any information on who calls, and you would not be able to access that information either without written permission from an individual member.
Yeah, we make the utilization report accessible to folks. Now, the reason we can make that accessible is that you will get data around who is calling for what. Is it for mental health, or is it for legal, financial, or life resources, or life coaching? So you'll get that broad data, but not specific individuals who have called or their particular information. So we're able to capture the call for different organizations that way.
Yeah, and I think, I'll just share, anecdotally in terms of looking at those usage reports, they can be helpful from a programmatic perspective and looking at, they do show like, okay, it looks like, about 10% of members called because they are expressing, issues with depression, or 20% said they were having anxiety, or 30% said they were having financial issues. Those can certainly be helpful for you at a programmatic level to kind of see, of those members that are calling the service and are having some challenges that they're seeking help with, there may be some things that you can do at a program level to think about what are some additional things we might want to do to address some of these common challenges that members may be facing. I don't know, Ted, if that answered your question. So if it didn't, let me know. We can hopefully provide further information. Hannah, if you want to receive a usage report for the portfolio of programs that you are covering, you just need to email me and request that. Amy, if you want to access the utilization report, you just have to email me and I will get that for you. Any other questions? Again, I just want to reiterate how important it is for you at the program level, for those of you that are already participating in this program or that plan to participate, to continue to remind your AmeriCorps members that they have access to these services. I definitely see a big difference in utilization between programs that are regularly promoting this to their members versus those that may just, briefly mention it or email about it once. So again, I just want to encourage all of you that decide to continue, or whether it's continuing or for the first time, to continue to remind your members that they have this service available to them. We definitely see that it can help provide a lot of additional needed support to members. We have 5 minutes left in our scheduled call. Any final questions or comments? Again, if you do have questions after the call today, please definitely look at the FAQ on the website, but you also can email me directly at rbruns@statecommissions.org with any additional questions. Daphne, do you have any final questions or comments for the group before we close today?
No, I think the final thing is to know that the goal of the map is to make services easily accessible to members, and to provide them with that level of support that otherwise would be very difficult for them to access on their own, especially local referrals to counselors and providers. And so we're here to provide that kind of support, or in the moment support for members while dealing with difficult components of their job or personal lives.
Thanks, Daphne. And I just want to add that if you, have additional questions outside of this call, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm also happy to jump on the phone. I know that some of this can be confusing, especially if you're trying to figure out who's paying for what, if your commission is maybe covering some of it, or maybe you're the commission and you're not sure how you're going to move forward in supporting your programs enrolling. So please don't hesitate to reach out to me, and I'm happy to set up, individual calls to discuss further as needed. We will post the slides and the call recording from this on the website by the end of this week. And if you have any further questions about the services, please do not hesitate to reach out. Appreciate everyone joining us today. I hope you all have a great rest of your week. Thanks, everyone. Bye.